All right, we got a Pride Month question. We got a Pride Month question. Oi. Is it okay to tolerate celebration of Pride Month? I understand the church's position is to love the sinner and hate the sin, but how do we express that when having conversations with people who want you to celebrate Pride? To clarify, most of my interactions on this topic are happening online through Discord and such. Anyway, love the podcast. Please don't prune me. And happy month of the Sacred Heart. Did we prune people?
Yeah, we pruned the Discord server.
Oh, that's right. We pruned the Discord server. I remember that.
What is it? I don't understand the question. What does tolerate the celebration of Pride Month mean? Like,
I certainly tolerate it.
Yeah, I mean, you have
the opposite would be to like declare jihad on it and just,
My next door neighbors have the number of trans pride flags have multiplied in the last couple of weeks.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know they
That's true. Normally,
I thought they had kind of removed that faculty from themselves.
Yes. They had one like tiny one, that goes in like a garden that like hangs, over. And then they got in the next day, they got a big one that hangs out right next to the front door. And then the day after that, they got a bunch of sticking out of like their flower pots on the front, just tiny little.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's crazy. They took the time when the power went out, there was this huge storm. They took the time to like take the big one down and like lean it against the door. And then the next morning it was back up. Like they
had a repose ceremony for the flag.
Yeah. Changing of the guard, changing of the colors. The Boy Scout troop came out. Excuse me, the Scout troop came out.
The Scouting America came out to do the apt.
Scouting is dead. JD Flynn, this is a public invitation to come on the podcast and debate us about
and
the Boy Scouts of America.
The Boy Scouts is fine.
I think that you should always abide by truth and you should never deny truth ever. That just looks different in different situations. Mm-hmm. So I like to be a chameleon. When I'm with someone who I know is like a mega trad who hated Pope Francis and loves the Latin Mass, I play up my traditional sensibilities, but I never contradict anything that I know or believe to be true. The same thing if I'm talking to like a Jesuit that thinks Laudato Si is like the greatest thing that's ever been written. Now I'm like the environment, we're just not taking care of the environment. Like I go the other way. So I think it's the same thing with this. It's like,
which by the way, Jose Maria Escriva, that's what he did too. He was a priest during the Spanish Civil War. Fact check me on that. And he was Opus Dei. There were people that were Republicans and fascists, or whatever the two sides were. And those are also the two sides in America. Hey, so they and he would just agree with you, whatever you said. He was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as it's not like a, I think that transgenderism is good and a positive force for America. Like you can't say like, yes, you're right. But if someone says something like, we need to love gay people. Totally. Yeah, I agree. Amen. Gay people should be allowed to love. I agree with that too. Actually, I do think they should be allowed to love.
Hey, you there? Stop loving.
Like why? I don't understand the need. I think a lot of it is wrong and nasty. And I'm like not going to go support a business that has a rainbow flag hanging in the window. Because I think you should do that as a Christian. But if someone is like having a conversation with me, I'm not going to get into an argument for no reason.
I'm not going to start one.
Yeah. Like,
I'm not going to preemptively strike the argument.
Because think about it. There's two options. Option one, you get into a huge fight with someone because you're like, well, technically the Catholic Church and the Catechism says that marriage is between a man and a woman, but and then you do that whole thing, and then you never talk to that person ever again, and they hate you because they know that you're Catholic and they know you disagree with them. Or you have a lovely conversation with them, they feel respected. You never betray the truth in that conversation, and then later they find out that you're Catholic, and they go, "Huh, interesting,"
and they have more conversations with you,
or other people that they know that are Catholic.
Yeah.
So I think it's all a long game. Good. I think you can have short-term wins that make you feel good and make you feel like you've stood up against the evil demonic powers of that. Like that's.
But you've lost the war.
But you've lost the war. We're all playing the long game here, because we've already won, And so, and to your point earlier, it's not like this ideology is going to last another generation. So
You don't have to worry.
yeah,
You don't have to worry that much
yes,
longer, I don't
right.
think. I'm
It's
pretty
kind of like
sure
a, they're there. You know, you guys
you're like,
keep doing what you're doing. Talk
keep
to
it
me
up,
again in
guys.
30 years, and we'll see where you're at.
I think what's a like it's already dying, and the transgenderism thing kind of jumped the shark, and the right is spiking the ball. Like they smell blood in the water, and they're not letting it
Yep.
go.
Yep.
They're gonna ban transgender surgeries for everybody in like 4 years. I guarantee it. People are just fed up.
This could just be my perception anecdotally, but I feel like this Pride Month is way less like last year. Do you remember the Target thing last year where everyone was boycotting Target because the artists that they hired made some legitimately demonic artwork that was a part of the Target Pride Month run? This year, the Target Pride Month stuff is like, it just looks like stuff that theater kids wear, like it's not anything, exactly. It's nothing crazy.
They're trying to retreat back to the safety of 2012.
Yeah.
And we're not letting them. We're going after the whole thing.
Get back here.
It's because most of the country did tolerate Pride Month. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Most of the country was like, most of the country are functional libertarians. And just whatever. Don't involve me.
As long as the government stays out of my bedroom and my bank account, I'm fine with whatever you want to do.
Go ahead. You want to get married? Whatever. I hate my wife. You can get married. That's most of the country. They don't really care about marriage either.
You can marry whoever you like. Is the Masked Singer on at 7 tonight or at 8?
That's most of the country. And so you can.
I want Rudy Giuliani on the Masked Singer again, please.
But now, was he really?
He was on the Masked. He sang "Bad to the Bone."
That's funny.
Yeah.
But once like the transing the kids thing happened, I think everyone was like, wait, hold on. That's not okay. And then the majority of the country, like there have been polls done that issue alone, if people know that a senator or a congressman or whatever voted in that direction for transgender surgeries, they are like, I think 30% more likely to lose the election because people are that dialed into that issue. The whole LGBT thing, I think, it's getting close. So that's one thing is if when you meet someone who has that opinion, have that conversation in that way. But also, I think you just got to worry about that for the next couple of years, maybe. I think gone.
I mean, once J.D. Vance wins the election in 2028 and then 2032, and then Barron Trump wins the election in 2036, and then his 1,000-year reign begins because he gets implanted with Neuralink, we will be fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
Barron Trump does look a little bit like Napoleon III, I think.
Napoleon
I saw a side-by-side comparison.
Paul Muad'Dib Atreides. I mean, whoever you want to compare him to.
Never mind. He doesn't even kind of look like Napoleon III. I don't know what I was talking about. Napoleon III looks like he looks like Nietzsche with like Salvador Dali kind of mixed together. Check that guy out. Anyway, so that's our opinion on that.